Hello and welcome to the Album Man, and today let's sit back, chill out to some Jefferson Airplane, a bit of Surrealistic Pillow we have playing in the background. We don't usually do background music for these videos, I kinda like to. So, yeah, lots of CDs, lots of vinyls, all fantastic prices, sound like an advert, but yeah, let's start with one of my favourite artists, Mr. Bob Dylan. And let's start with a CD of Highway 61 Revisited, the remaster. Finally I own this album. Finally I own my favourite Bob Dylan album. And that is awesome. And this also has my favourite song of all time. Our joint favourite song of all time, Desolation Road, joint with Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven. And of course this also has Like a Rolling Stone, Ballad of a Thin Man, the title track, Tombstone Blues. I mean, it's an absolute classic album. I mean, what's there more to say? Now, usually we do CDs and vinyls, but here we're going to, let's just stick with Dylan. And we'll save the best Dylan till last. Let's see. On vinyl, yes, I finally got some Dylan on vinyl, I'm so excited. And all of these Dylan LPs were £1 each, so that's good. We have Nashville Skyline, which has the track, well, Lay Lady Lay, I'd say is my favourite. And yeah, this features Johnny Cash, not a big Cash fan. It's not my favourite Dylan album. The poem on the back by Cash is very cool, I like that. But it's not my favourite Dylan album, it's alright. Now we get to something good. This is New Morning from 1970, yes, 1970. And none of these tracks are, I don't think, particularly famous, I don't know. But I've enjoyed this album, it's a really good Dylan release. We have John Wesley Harding, which of course is the hugely famous All Along the Watchtower, which, even though the Hendrix version may be better, yes, I'm sorry to say that, it's still bloody good. I still love Dylan's version, and this is a great album. I like this album an awful lot. But this album, considering this was for £1, 70 US cents or whatever, yeah, this is flipping amazing. And this is a car boot, Bob Dylan's Bringing It All Back Home. And this is, by what I have looked up, this is on the original CBS UK label. And yeah, this is an original mono pressing of the album. It has the little mono thing here, and yeah, by what it seems a genuinely original mono pressing and Bring It All Back Home. And yes, it has a little, it has a bit of, surface noise and stuff, but it's nearly 50 years old. I mean, this was 1965, so, nearly 50 since this vinyl was printed. You know what, it still sounds bloody good, and this is one of his best, without shadow of a doubt. It's probably my third favourite of his so far. Highway 61 first, Blood on the Track second, this third. I've just been listening to this on loop, almost non-stop. Subterranean Homesick Blues, Bob Dylan's 115th Dream, which I believe to be one of his absolutely most underrated songs. Mr. Tambourine Man, It's Alright Ma, I'm Only Bleeding. I mean, the lyrics for It's Alright Ma, I'm Only Bleeding are just breathtaking. Seriously, just an amazing, amazing album. And to have the mono version, yeah, I couldn't be more pumped. Okay, more pound vinyl bargains. We have Ronnie James Dio, and this is Dreamy for them. So where's the cover? It's I just put it on my wall because it's freaking cool. So yeah, and this has all the four sailed away, as you can see here, which is probably the best. I was a little disappointed by this. I mean, I still maintain no Dio album's a bad album, but this isn't Holy Dive or Sacred Heart. Let's just put it that way. And who doesn't need a good little bit of Anne and Nancy Wilson in their life? Especially with Heart's self-titled album, the big album. Though I do prefer the late 70s stuff, more so than the 80s stuff, this is still, I mean, if looks could kill, did I say more? Big single, big selling album, very cool. Again, £1. All these vinyls, except for, just nearly dropped them all, except for one at the end, were all £1 at a car boot. We have a band, the first one, The Stranglers, and that album 4. Now, The Stranglers, if you don't know, they're a punk band. This was released in 77, I think, this album? Something like that. But, yeah, 77. So, yeah, these are a punk band. These were older at the time. These, just age-wise, they were older than the, like, people like The Clash and The Pistols. but really, really good punk band. A little more melodic, I'd say, a little cleaner sounding, but yeah, it's the title, not title track, but the song Peaches. If you don't know the Strands, check out Peaches, awesome song. Okay, next we've got some Wheels of Steel, such a catchy song. And this also has 747 Strange Than the Night, like their second best song. Let's see, yeah, I mean, it's just epic. I mean, the first side, you have Motorcycle Man, Stand Up, Be Counted, 747, and Wheels of Steel. I mean, can you ask for much of a better side one than that? Yeah, I know I can't. I mean, it's an amazing album, an absolute classic. And speaking of absolute classics, an album, it's been way too long I've been needing this. Rush's 2112. Yeah. How I didn't have this, it's a mystery. But this, even though it may have some, you can see some pretty clear ring wear, especially here on this oh so dodgy picture of the band. It is literally in almost pristine condition, the actual vinyl itself. It plays beautifully, really, really clean sounding, virtually no surface noise. It's wonderful, an absolute pleasure to listen to. Adding to my David Lee Roth Van Halen collection, way before Lee Roth to Sammy Hagar. Don't like Sammy Hagar. But yeah, we have Van Halen 2. It's good, not as good as Van Halen 1 or 1984, but solid David Lee Roth Van Halen we have. And now, one of my favourites of the month, and I actually got some record shop, paid more than £1 for once, yes. We got The Doors, self-titled original album, but I mean this isn't the original press, this is a 73 gem reissue. You don't come across Doors first pressings that often. I just couldn't resist. I've been wanting this album for ages, and the whole thing with the CD is, I don't know, if you're a Doors fan you probably know what I mean, but the whole thing, there was these remixes and remasters or whatever, released on CD a few years ago, and oh god, they are horrible. Me and my dad did an experiment. He had like a best of the Doors, which had like just the early 2000s version of Light My Fire, for example, and then he bought the newer remixing of the album, and the difference is quite startling. I probably might do a comparison video one time actually, because the differences are quite amazing. It was just, in one way the new remix sounded a little better, but the thing was the drums, John Densmore's drums, they were just turned up to freaking 11 on the new remix, so I wouldn't recommend it for that. It really destroys. I find this version certainly has a lot more warmth and character to it, and though it may be a 73 reissue, this is still the same partly censored version that Jim Morrison had. So yeah, I'm very happy with that, and at least it stops the whole remaster crap with that band, because it was such a good idea to remix it. Anyway, don't know why the music's not playing anymore, but it isn't. We have some more Graveyard, and we have Hissingen Blues, which is probably their best album. I mean, it has Uncomfortably Numb, Ungrateful of the Dead. I wonder what their parodies of. But Uncomfortably Numb is freaking awesome though. Really, really good album. And finally we have some sound. Now we have some good old White Rabbit. I freaking love this song so much. I'm going to turn it up a little bit. Okay, so back to some car boot bargains with some pound CDs. Beatles Past and Master Volume 1, filling in some gaps in my Beatles collection. This and Let It Be are basically the only gaps, so filled this one, just need Let It Be. We have some more Dylan. I completely forgot about this one. Yeah, Street Legal. It's decent. It's, not as good as Bringing It All Back Home, but it's some solid late 70s Dylan. Selling Lot Better than Self-Portrait. Bit more Doors. Yes, Doors. Awesome. Morrison Hotel. The remastered as well. And now, when I say remastered, I don't mean the newer remix. I mean the remaster from, let's see. No, not 1970, that was when it was released. 1999, that's it. So the 99 remasters I'd recommend. They sound as close to the vinyl as you're going to get on CD. They have a nice sound to them, not as good as the vinyl, no. But a nice sound to them, yeah, definitely solid remasters. The 2009 or whatever ones, stay away. Okay, Imagine by John Lennon. It's my second John Lennon solo album. I only had Double Fantasy before that, which is okay, but this album's a lot better. I mean, this has, of course, Imagine. This is, yeah, really classic Lennon. And this was remastered, remixed, apparently, which I'm not a fan of remixing, but still, sounds nice, and, yeah. That was only £1, so that's good. Tumbleweed Connection, Elton John, not remastered or anything, but still, it's his second album? First? Second? Signed? I don't know. It's early. Damn early, and, yeah, good album. Doesn't have any particular hits on it, 9 famous on it, but it's just solid. Okay, some good old CEX stuff. One that some of you have followed my channel for a while might say, why the hell did you pick that up? Give you a clue. Ready? Yes. I picked up a Velvet Revolver record. I have Libertado. Saw this for £1. I thought I might, simply because I do like Fall to Pieces and Sliver as much as I hate Scott Weiland, and wouldn't care if he vanished into a dark forest, never to be heard of again, because he's a whiny bastard. That's a story for another day. Yes, I bought some Modern Queensryche as well. What's happening to me? Yes, I bought Queensryche Operation Mindcrime 2. Why? Because I want to hear it. Love Operation Mindcrime. Let's see what the sequel. I haven't got around to it yet. I'm a little apprehensive for this one, I have to say. And filling in some gaps in my Iron Maiden collection, we have, and both remasters were, of course, Somewhere in Time, one of the most underrated albums, I'd say. Features more keys, very interesting sound. Featured Alexander the Great, Wasted Years being my favourites. Yeah, great album. And then No Prayer for the Dying, which, I don't know, I think people can be a little harsh. So it does have Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter, which is awesome. I love that track. But it's not the best. It's certainly better than anything they did with Blaze Bayley, though. Bloody hell, that was bad. So yeah, that was a lot of stuff, CD and vinyl. Hope you enjoyed that. And this has been the Album Man. Thanks for watching, comment, subscribe as usual. Long live rock and roll.